Hey drummers, I'm Brad Schlueter, a drummer, teacher, and a writer for Drum Magazine. In this video, we're going to learn to play quintuplet shuffles. Now, quintuplet shuffles have become very popular in funk and hip-hop styles. They're also a great way to find the midpoint between straight and swung grooves. They sound like this. Now, quintuplet shuffle is obviously based on a 5-note pattern. In particular, we're going to emphasize counts 1 and 4. And so if we're counting that, it would sound like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to become our hi-hat pattern. Now, to learn to play that and play that evenly without guesswork, I'm going to play my right hand on those counts while my left hand fills in more quietly between those counts. So I'm going to play right, left, right, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That sounds like this. So the next step is get used to just hearing the hi-hat part by itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the exact same pattern, but this time I'm going to play my left hand lightly on my thigh while my right hand still plays that hi-hat pattern. So the next step is to get used to the full hand ostinato. Now the most important part is the backbeat. So if we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3 over and over on the hi-hat, the backbeat is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I could leave it at that, but I'm actually going to make it a little bit trickier, but that also sort of makes it easier, and I'll explain what I mean in a second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in more left-hand notes than just that. And the reason that this makes it a little bit easier and trickier is that by filling them in, it lets me know exactly where things are occurring. So it kind of helps me space out the right hand notes a little bit better. And then when I'm layering notes underneath with the bass drum, it helps me locate exactly where I want to place those. So the repeating hand pattern I'm going to use for all of these grooves is going to go right, left, right, both, left, right, right, both, left. That sounds like this. Now it's going to get fun. We're going to start adding bass drum notes to this hand pattern. Now to keep everything straight and to help you learn the patterns, there is a PDF that you can download by clicking on the card that will appear a little later in the video. I've written all these patterns in 2/4 to keep things kind of short initially because these are hard enough as it is. And once you get used to shorter patterns, you can always combine them to create longer ones out of them. The first groove has just the bass drum on count 1. Next 4 grooves basically outline different parts of the hi-hat pattern. We basically play when we're hitting the hi-hat because that's an easier way to get started, and these grooves are tricky enough. The next three grooves are a little bit funkier. What we're going to do is add some bass drum notes kind of between and off some of those hi-hat notes. So they're not always going to land with them anymore. And that's going to create kind of a funkier, more off-kilter feel. So for the next pattern, what we're going to do is we're going to divide sort of a backwards 5-stroke roll between the kick drum and the snare drum. By backwards 5-stroke roll, I mean if you start on the last note, the single stroke. Right, left, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, left. And we sort of do that between the kick drum and the snare drum. We're going to end up with bass, snare, snare, bass, bass, snare, bass, bass, snare, snare. And then on top of that, I'm going to be playing the hi-hat on the first and fourth note of each one of those quintuplets. Let's give it a listen. Pretty cool, huh? I really like these grooves a lot. I think they're really unusual. They're certainly a way to kind of spice up a practice session. Let's face it, if you're working on normal stuff all the time, it's really nice to kind of take a break and work on something kind of unusual that really kind of busts your chops a bit. And these grooves definitely will do that. So if you like this, please like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell so you get notified of all my latest content. I'll see you in the next one.